Don't walk that way because they'll see you. All right, all right. Hello, everybody. Hey, welcome. It's DJ Doc here with you, and you are watching Straight Talk with DJ Doc, brought to you by Rock Media. I just want to say hello, everybody. I hope you had a good week. We always start off with me asking you how things went. Week was interesting for us. Interesting for us. We had to do some things and make sure that we got everything taken care of. We have for the moment, so we are looking good and doing okay. I hope everyone else is doing fine as well. Just want to talk to you a little bit about parenting during this COVID season. It's difficult. All right. You know, for the last few weeks, we've been talking about different things that you can do to to help you with getting over COVID, and dealing with everything that's been going on. You know, a lot of people have been suffering from depression and anxiety and so forth. And I wanted to talk to the parents. Yes, Lady Rock and I are parents. We've got a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old, 25-year-old out there. And the big thing that we look at is the fact that um, it's challenging, even more so, it seems, to be a parent these days. So, for the most part, you've got to make sure that you're working, that you're able to provide for the family financially and so forth. And, what happens is a lot of people right now are working from home. So, with that, you've also got the kids that are at home because of distance learning. So, one of the big things that you have to look at is how do you balance all of that? I've been watching and listening to a few podcasts and watching some shows, and they've been talking about the fact that even with a parent, you've got to do some things that are going to help you get through. All right, we've talked before. You got to make time, especially if you're working from home. You have to find that balance of working from home as well as being around the family. Now, one of the key things that you have to watch for is the fact that you need to find the time and space if you're working from home. So you want to make sure that you can carve that out, that you can find the time to do that throughout the day. And you've got to make sure that the family understands that right now I've got to work. Okay. I know that sometimes I've been at home and then when the kids come up and it's like, I got a question. Hey, can I? And I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm on a call or, I'm on a Zoom. You can't just come up right now during this time from 8 to 10. I'm unavailable. Sometimes you have to give a certain amount of time and say, hey, I just can't do it. Okay. And then you've also got to find time to carve out for the kids in school. I know that is really, really challenging now for parents to work with the kids at school. Uh, our hats are off to our teachers, aren't they? Especially when we see what they have to deal with as far as working with the kids, making sure if they've got questions, they can get answered. All of that comes into play right now. And so, as a parent, you've got to balance that as well. Okay. So, one of the things that you can do to take care of that is, like we were talking about, carve out time. Make sure that you stick to a time schedule, that the family sticks to a time schedule so that, you don't have any problems going on because you want to make sure that you can balance all of that out. Okay. Um, if you need to, there are some agencies out there that you can contact who I heard are helping with the distance learning and the children in school. So you can also find some of them. I wasn't able to find some numbers, but I've heard there's some out there. I'll try and get them from maybe one of the other shows we have. But the big thing that you want to do, like we said, is just carve out some time. One of the things you also have to do as a parent is don't forget that you're also either a husband, a wife, a girlfriend, boyfriend. You want to make sure that you are also carving out time for you guys together. One of the biggest things that Lady Rock and I tried to do is make it to where um, we are able to have some time for ourselves, okay, for the two of us. And that can be kind of tough. We run businesses, we're both nurses, and, then we've got the family at home. But you want to make sure that you're carving time out for you guys as well. You know, um, we tend to take time and just get up on the patio, sit down, have a glass of wine, talk, see how a day went, different things like that. So you want to make sure that you are carving that time out. Yes, started off talking about parenting, but that's all part of it as well. Okay, that's all part of it as well. So you want to make sure that you are carving out time. As long as you start to follow, you're gonna need to take the top off, man. As long, sorry, Lady Rock's getting me some water. As long as you're able to carve out the time, you should be able to manage it. None of us thought that we'd be going or dealing with something like this. You know, we did not. We did not think that we would be dealing with that. So it's new to all of us. Okay, it's new to all of us. We are trying to do the best that we can, and that's all anyone can ask for. Okay, even your family, they know what you're doing. They know that you're trying, and so forth as well. So we want to make sure that you understand what's going on and what needs to happen during this COVID season. Don't let it get you. We're going to beat COVID. We're definitely going to beat COVID. And, this is part of the show where I get to talking about some of the things that we can do to beat COVID. I always tell you, what? Wear your masks. I'm going to tell you each and every show. Why? Because these are the things that we can do, all of us can do, without it being something that's truly cost effective, really costly. So, cost effectively, we can wear a mask. That definitely has been shown by science to reduce your potential to get COVID as well as to reduce your potential to give COVID to somebody as well. Okay, so make sure you're wearing your masks. And again, wear them properly over your nose and under your chin. Okay, I still see a lot of people that are out there, nose just hanging out. Okay, wear the masks properly. Second, we want to go ahead and talk about remember to wash your hands when you can. Soap and water, 20 seconds. If you can't get to that soap and water, then use hand sanitizer to keep your hands clean as well. All right? That these are facts. All right? This has been proven that these things do help. And if we do all of this and all of us do our part with this, we can beat COVID. All right? Lastly, we want you to remember social distancing. All right? It's 6 feet or more. Now, one of the things I saw the other day was the fact that individuals were going to restaurants and so forth. And of course, right now in San Diego, they have said, hey, we're going to shut it down. You can't really be indoors for restaurants. You can order outdoors as well as order to go. What I saw the other day was one of the restaurants had an outside section that was set up for outside. Okay. But then what happened was they put up sides on the little area, and now it's like an outdoor room. Okay, so in my opinion, that's defeating the purpose of being outdoors. But it's coming up on autumn and winter. Okay, we don't have a choice. We have to be uh, outside if we want to eat and not just take it to go. So those are some of the things that we want to make sure that you do. Make sure that you're doing all those things, and that will help. All right. All right. So right now, this is part of the show that we bring on a business owner. And I had the pleasure to meet this young lady I'm going to bring on. I guess it was maybe a week and a half, maybe now. I went there originally, was supposed to be doing some interviews for some models. And we had some instances where the models couldn't show up. So I wound up where I said, you know what, let me talk to the owner of the location I was at. And I've got to tell you, The location was fantastic. Okay. It is a beautiful location. We're going to talk with this young lady. Her name is Jessie Medina. And Jessie Medina is the founder, okay, of FemX Quarters and the FemX brand. Okay. She is a speaker, podcast host. She's an influencer and a brand identity consultant. All right. Jessie is passionate about building platforms for female entrepreneurs to thrive. So at this time, what I want to do is I want to bring on Miss Jessie Medina. Hey, Jessie, how you doing? Uh-oh, we don't have your sound, and
Can you hear me?
now I got you. Now I got you. So how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good, good. So I want you to tell us a little bit about, I gave a short bio, but I want you to give us a little bit more information about who Jessie Medina is.
Yeah, so I moved to San Diego about 3 years ago, and I was running my own branding agency, and I was always looking for a space for creatives and entrepreneurs. And eventually it was like, I'm just going to create my own for the community. And so about a year ago, actually, a little over a year ago, we opened Femex Quarters, and I'm the founder and CEO. And it's basically a creative space where we do co-working during the day, we do events, photo shoots, film shoots, podcasts, production services, and anything else that entrepreneurs want to put together if they want to rent the space and use it for whatever they want to create.
So the question I've got for you is, what made you want to open a space like this?
Okay, so actually, like I said, at the time I was at a co-working space and I didn't know a lot of people. I was new to San Diego and I wasn't really making real connections. I wasn't meeting the right people. Everybody looked the same. It just wasn't my people yet at the time. And so I wanted to create a space that was diverse and inclusive and where people could create real connections and that was a safe space and where people could see representation. And so that was kind of my desire for the space. And
Mm-hmm.
also with the FMX brand, our goal is to also empower women. So we are a social enterprise and we do a lot of female empowerment events and help a lot of female entrepreneurs, but we welcome everybody in our space.
Now, one of the questions that I wanted to ask was, when you looked at doing this, and I know you said that you went around and you looked at some other spaces and so forth.
Yeah.
With going and looking at those spaces, what was on your mind with designing your space?
I wanted a space that was feminine, that was modern, that was minimalist. I also care that, we don't do a lot of printing. We try to keep everything digital. I care about the environment. We use natural products. And so I just wanted a space that was modern, that served the modern entrepreneur, people that care about the environment, people that care about social justice, people that want to create beautiful things, and people that are open-minded. That's super important to me. And so that's essentially what I envisioned for my space. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted a space that was bright. I wanted a space where people could create content. I wanted a space that had Instagram worthy spots where people could take photos and just anything that would serve the modern entrepreneur.
So one of the questions that I want to pose to you, because I know a lot of people have thought about this and that they've got questions, because I've talked to several people about different things like this, is I want you to explain what co-oping is. It's
Yeah,
a
so
term that has come up more and more people are doing it. So go ahead and explain that for us.
Yeah, so co-working or co-oping is basically we have a space open during business hours and we have different desks and we have a conference room, we have a podcast room. And so if you're an entrepreneur, instead of going and having to rent an entire office, which is a lot of overhead for especially startup entrepreneurs,
Right.
you can just come, use our space, you get a flex desk, meaning you come and sit in whatever desk is available, you have a membership. That's a lot more affordable than renting your own office. But most importantly, you are connecting with other people. You're not renting an office in a building and hiding in there and closing your door, and you're really just collaborating with other people, meeting other entrepreneurs. Like I said, we have events, we have free events for our members. We have a conference room so you can bring in if you have a meeting, now you can have a professional space to bring the people you're meeting with
Right.
and we can create content, etc. So it's just really a shared office space with community as at the forefront.
Okay, okay. So now you're watching the show, right? You're able to see it. Did you get that hooked up? Because
Yes.
I wanted, what I liked was, um, I'd gone in and spoke with Jesse. Like I said, we were supposed to be doing some other things, and we sat down and we just chatted. And you guys will be able to see the video of this a little bit later. We're gonna get it out there and so forth because I'm still working on it some because wanted to add some stuff. But this picture that I'm about to put up, can you see that, Jesse? I want everyone to take a look at that picture because that picture, in my mind, says who Jessie is and what she just described. She was looking for something that was feminine, that she could connect with other women and help empower them. I like the fact that this picture says, hey, I'm feminine. I've got a location. It just says that I'm confident and comfortable. And I wanted to show that because the one thing that I wanted to let people know, and I told them I love the spaces, I want to start showing them some of the pictures of the space. Okay. So as I said, I loved it. I loved it. Jesse, go ahead and explain this area right here.
Yeah, so I that was one of my favorite areas where I found the space. It has huge panel windows. It's about, I think, 30 feet of, you can see it in the picture, but of just windows with views of downtown, the Bay Area. I love that it has natural lighting, and we usually use it as a lounge area. We sometimes have pillows on the ground. We've done stretching, and it's just really a very inspiring space.
Hmm. And the other thing that I liked was the fact when you said feminine. If you notice, everybody, in this picture, you see a lot of pink. Now, I'm okay. No, I'm okay with that. You know, real men wear pink. I wear
Yes.
pink, and I love the fact of how it just looks. Going into it, you can see the beautiful arrangement of flowers that's there. You also see the setting and everything else, and it starts off because that's near the front door. So when you first walk in, it puts you at ease. It's just beautiful aesthetically as well as just looking at everything that's there. And you can see there's Wi-Fi for people to use, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And I
okay.
just gotta say those succulents there, they're affirmation succulents. And so they, I don't know if you can see in the picture, but they each have affirmations. So we have those throughout the desks and actually have them for sale too. But we have a lot of small messages throughout the space reminding people that you're powerful,
Mm-hmm.
you can do it, you are valuable, you're worthy.
And what?
And like I said, sometimes it's just like those small little details that you're walking into a space and you're just like feeling everybody. This is what everybody says to me. I feel such a good energy, or I feel so good in here. I love the energy in here. I
Right.
love the intention in here. And that is music to my ears because that's what we wanted to create in a way that
Mm-hmm.
was also subtle because we want people to be able to customize, for their event or
Right.
whatever you're posting, we also want them to have a chance to customize. So there's a lot of white space as well.
Right. Now, one of the other things that I loved was this is just a pic of the kitchen. I want you to tell us a little bit about the kitchen.
Yes. So for the kitchen, I mean, I love pink and I love things that look good. And I think I thought this is my one chance to get a pink kitchen. I'm just kidding. But I I was like, I'm never gonna get away with that at home with my fiance. But I just wanted to create a beautiful space and I love the white kitchens. I think a lot of women do and a lot of people do. And I wanted to add a little bit of contrast, a little bit of personality to that space. We have the gold accents throughout.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a kitchenette that people can use when they rent the space. Our coworkers, we have in the fridge, we have free drinks for the people that come. We have free coffee, free tea. So like it just kind of keeps you going and fueled
Right.
while you're working and you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
And
And
also you're saving a lot of money because you're not buying Starbucks every day.
correct. It's lovely when you can go into the office and you have some things that you can utilize. And I think what's fantastic is the fact, microwave, refrigerator. When you need to take a break, you've got somewhere that you can go and get some snacks and things of that nature and make yourself something to eat. That's fantastic. Now, this is just a quick shot of the entire place, so to speak. and we're looking at the room and the kitchen that's back there. So tell us how big the space is.
So in total, it's 3,600 square feet. And a lot of people say when they walk in, like, oh my gosh, it looks way bigger than it does in photos. And it's just, like I said, an open space is very customizable. And it's just like you can see, we don't have a lot of walls. I think I come from the corporate world, and I had my nice corner office and all that, but I still felt like you're still so separated from the other people you're working with. And so I really wanted that open space that allowed people to get creative. And if they want to add something to divide the space, they can do that too.
Right,
But yeah, it's
right.
really spacious and it's really bright.
So tell me some of the events that you guys are able to host. Let people know what you
Oh,
can
we've
host.
done, I mean, right now, obviously, we can't do big events at the moment, but in the past, we've done anything from, bridal showers to yoga retreats to sound baths, women's circles, a conference. Like we've done workshops, a lot of workshops. We've done all kinds of things. We just had a fashion show right before we got in the purple tier. So at that time, we can host up to 25% capacity, which for us means up to 50 people. So
Right,
obviously, we're hosting most of the time we don't even get close to that. We do have, when we have the desks in there for the co-working, everything is socially distanced, and because we have a big space for it, it still allows us to be in there safely and respecting each other's space, and 6 feet radius and whatnot. So
right. Now I know the other day when I was there, just so people know how safe they can be when they come here, is you were taking temperatures for people that entered, as
mhm.
well as making sure hand sanitizer is available for them and so forth. And
Yes.
I love the fact, I think you had about 5 or 6 people that were in there at the desks, like you were saying, and they were actually working on their own
Yeah.
businesses in the space. So it was just fantastic. And everyone, she talks about the fact that uh, they want to make sure that they are supporting women. There was a guy in there the other day that was working as well. Like she said, it's
Yeah.
open to all.
Yeah, we have a few guys. We just,
Right.
even the guys that we have, and honestly, like I always say, we're all about being inclusive. So we welcome everyone.
Mm-hmm.
The beautiful thing is that we attract cool people. I always say that, we attract the people that, even if you are a man, we attract the type of man that, is, mindful, and
Right.
it's not going to be like attacking women, or it's not going to be
Right.
hitting
Right.
on women. You know what I mean? It's very safe space, and we
Right.
attract those people.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
everybody wears a mask when we're in there until you get to your desk. Every desk gets sanitized before and after each use, and it's just really like a great space to be at. We just launched our or pre-launched our app, so we have that free resource for the community too. So even if not everyone is coming in at the same time, like you're still in connection with the community. Everybody that has come to our events or that has come to our space or wants to sign up can be part of that community,
Okay.
communicate through there, and share what's coming up for them, share if they have any business questions, etc. So that's how we
Right.
are nurturing our community during this time.
Okay. And one of the other things I wanted to show everyone is that go ahead and explain this room, because this was a nice little room. We did some of our video in here.
Yeah, so this is our podcast room, and we rent it out. We have a membership that's just for people that want to just rent out the podcast room, come in once a week or so, and just record and leave. So that's one membership that's super accessible. Then co-working members get the podcast room and anything else in our space. And we also do offer production services for podcasts. So if someone wants to be super hands-off and just record and have us edit it and help with the brand assets and all that, we also do that. So we have different tiers of how people can use our space, but this is our podcast room. I use those colors on the wall because it represents my brand colors, and I think it kind of, shares the fact that we're all different. We're all different shades and we're all different, but it's also beautiful to see it all together. And I
Mm-hmm.
actually painted that wall, the pattern on the wall during quarantine time. I really wanted to
Okay.
create something. I really wanted to elevate it and just kind of, I was missing having people in there. So it was kind of like my creative project. And every time I go in that room, I feel super energized. And we've had a really good response from people that come in there.
And that's fantastic that you made good use of the quarantine time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'd known, I'd have had you come paint some of the walls of my house. But okay,
Hey, let me know. I'm a creative, so I love to, as long as I can create something with it. I don't want to just paint like a white wall, you know.
right,
If you let
right.
me like have fun with it, I'll do it.
Okay, okay. And so, the big thing once again, Femex quarters. I want you to let everyone know where you're located at. Just let us know where you're located.
Yeah, so we're located in Mission Hills, but we're actually right next to Old Town. So you can either take the Old Town exit off the 5, or you can take the Washington exit. We're very central, 5 minutes away to everything, downtown, Point Loma, Mission Hills, everything. So it's a really good location.
Hmm.
We're right by the airport.
And like I said, I love the space. We've been talking, and I don't think it's bad for me to say, but we're in the works of trying to get a paint and sip done there because that location is wonderful. Besides the size and the look and the feel, I love the sound because I'm a DJ, and just the other day when you had the music playing, I can see playing some nice jazz in there and neo soul maybe for the painting and whatnot. But we're going to be definitely doing some things down there. I want everyone to know that you definitely want to go to Femex Quarters so that you can see not just how beautiful it is, but you can get yourself booked and get in there. Okay, it's definitely worth going to, and the location is fantastic as well. Okay, I'm gonna put up real quick the information so that you guys know how to get a hold of Jessie, and she will make sure that you are taken care of. All right, it's Jessie Medina, Femex Quarters. The phone is 801-400-8556, and email
That's my
is
cell phone, by the way. So if you text that number, that's going to be me,
okay.
replying.
So yeah, go ahead and text. That'll work out even better. And then email Jesse at femexquarters.com. So you want to make sure if you're looking for a venue, contact her because she should be able to help you with whatever it is that you need. And what she's told me is they will make it work. Okay, they will make it work. So I want you, before we go, I want you to just give a little bit of inspiration to women as far as the co-oping, uh, joining together to try and move yourselves forward. I want you to just give us a little inspiration before we go.
Yeah, I've been through it all. I come from the corporate world. I've been down, I've been up. I tried to start my business. Everybody told me I couldn't do it, and I did it. So like I went through this roller coaster, and I'm still on that journey. And I know it can get lonely at times. And so one of our priorities is to create that community, that support system. And so we even offer a free workshop once a month, the first Monday of the month. So if you are just even curious, and it's free, so you have nothing to lose, and people can stay and co-work for free. So make sure you check out femexworkers.com and check out the Lunch and Learn. That's a free workshop. But I think I want you to know that you're not alone in this, and I want to say that we're here for you. But also, I know that when people say that, sometimes we hear it, but we don't really reach out, right? So I just want to encourage everyone out there to follow your dreams, to, really just go after what you want and know that you're not alone. Do reach out to me. I'm very responsive. I tell people all the time, you can send me a message. I will respond as soon as I can, right?
Right.
And don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And if some people say no, keep knocking on doors. Somebody's going to open that door, and we're here to support the entrepreneur journey and anybody that's looking to, create something beautiful, whether it's a production thing or whether it's co-working a business, etc. So
Right,
you're
right.
not alone.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jesse. It was a pleasure talking with you. Um,
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
oh, and just so everyone knows, Femex Quarters, Miss Jessie Medina is going to be one of the affiliate partners of Rock Enterprises. So she will be on our website. If you also need to reach her, besides the information I gave you, you'll be able to go to our website and find her there. And it has links to get to her. So we definitely want to promote and utilize the space and get people down there. All right. Okay. All right. Well, Jesse, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you so
And
much. I really appreciate you, and
oh,
I'm really excited that we connected.
oh, most definitely, it was it was meant to be. That's all I can
Yes,
say. It was meant to be. All
yes.
right. All right, dear. You have a good night.
Everyone. Besos. Bye.
Bye bye. All right, everybody. I love the fact that we're able to work with different companies and businesses and so forth. And you never know who you're going to meet. You never know. We had been looking for a venue to continue with the sip and paints. And what we love is the fact that during this time of COVID, we're able to actually utilize that space in a safe way. We'd be able to do the social distancing and things of that nature. People can wear their masks and so forth. So keep a lookout. Rock Sip and Paint will be coming to you at Femex Quarters. And we're looking at December. Not exactly sure when, but we're looking at December for the first one. All right. So I hope everyone has a continued good week. It's hump day. We're almost finished with this week. And enjoy your weekend. Everyone be safe. Take care of one another. Wear your masks. Wash your hands. And social distance. This is DJ Doc with Straight Talk. Peace.